Hi everyone, Caffeine Fox here. I have had a really interesting week. It's only like Tuesday and I'm filming this video. I have had so many rainstorms just attacking me this week. It's insane. I can never go anywhere on this base without freaking lightning coming down from the sky and zapping the out of me. Weird weather aside, this has been like a really chill week. I am finally getting back into the grand scheme of making videos and producing content, something I've been wanting to do more on like a regular basis. I feel like I'm finally able to do it and stuff. So none of you can see this right now, but I actually have a makeshift tripod that I'm using for filming this video, and it's so ghetto. It's just a bunch of textbooks and an old Xbox box that I use to just stack up on top of everything because I didn't bring my tripod with me. It didn't fit in the suitcase, and here I am. So small boy problems aside, having to get a bunch of stuff stacked up for a tripod. The topic of today's video is something I've been meaning to do for a long time, and just, I don't know, I kind of had it off on the horizon, never really thought about making it until I started seeing some stuff going on Twitter about fursuits. I'm not going to touch that topic. Full suits versus partials, and whether or not you should go for one or the other. I've kind of had a bit of experience with both sides of the whole suiting spectrum. And this isn't going to go into like quad suits or styles of suits per se. This is more along the lines of, will I sweat profusely and what can I expect suiting as one versus the other? So with my fursuit, I was able to start off as a full suit. And with a full suit, you have the extra illusion of being your character. You don't really have any like skin showing, and you can also get padding like digigrade legs. I didn't get those options, but I stuck with a plantigrade suit. So it was form-fitting and it just looked like I had regular people legs, but they were hairy because I was in a fursuit. Having a full suit presents its own challenges and benefits. The most obvious benefit being it's more animal-like, and it kind of gets you in that headspace of like being your character more, I suppose, when you see yourself in the mirror and you're like, ooh, that's an animal right there. However, full suiting also comes with a few caveats. Full suiting is a lot more expensive than if you were to just get a head and some paws or just a few extra pieces. A full suit comes with everything. It's a lot more expensive because your fursuit maker has to take a duct tape dummy that you provide them, which is pretty much just a shell of duct tape, and it shows your creator what your body size is and all the dimensions, how tall you are, everything else. So when you get your suit, it's not going to be monstrously uncomfortable to move around in, just mildly uncomfortable to move around in. Full suits are a lot more expensive because there's a lot more material and time and work that has to go into creating one. You're going to have a bit more time, especially with like the waiting list for getting a full suit, because the fursuit maker who's creating it has to fit that full suit into their schedule of all the other commissions, and they take a bit longer to create than just a partial. Full suits are also a lot hotter. So when you're inside of a full suit, there's just no room for any of the air to escape. It's pretty much your body heat being magnified by this shell casing of fluffy goodness. If you're not prepared for it, passing out, a whole bunch of not really great stuff will happen if you're not prepared for the temperature difference that'll happen just by covering your entire body in a really adorable rug. So yeah, I started off with a full suit and I was not prepared for how molten it was gonna get on the inside. My first few weeks, heck, even a month, was really rough. I had to acclimate my body to suiting before I actually went out there and suited for long periods of time. That is kind of a skill and an ability that you'll gain by full suiting. It's just getting used to the temperature and being able to like hold a conversation without sweating profusely. So full suits are still super sweaty. It's just you'll be able to not feel the effects of overheating if you acclimate your body to it. With that being said, you still gotta drink water, hydrate, all that great stuff just to make sure you don't run that risk. The paramedics are gonna come over and they're gonna be like, there is a dude trapped in there. Let's use some scissors and cut him out. Which is great because your life's saved, but it's not great because your other life isn't saved. By other life, I mean fursuit. Unless you want to risk having your suit get cut into like a piñata at somebody's birthday, I would highly recommend that you hydrate whenever you're suiting. Another thing that can happen when you have a full suit that you have to that you don't really think about until it happens. If something breaks on a full suit, it's a bit more complicated to have to fix. You have a lot of moving seams, and especially if you're super active, if you're a dancer, or if you just like doing cartwheels down the hallway, you run the risk of having parts of your suit rip or tear. This is a problem that you would not normally have to worry about if you had a partial. It's just your leggies and your arms. If you end up tearing one of those, you have a bigger problem than a fursuit getting ripped. Now on the other side of the coin, if you get a partial, kind of like what I'm wearing right now, it's not exactly a full suit, but I still keep that illusion of being my character. If you have a partial, you can also wear whatever clothes you want and then have like arm sleeves that go up to the top of your shirt, and it gives the illusion of being your character. There are some benefits to wearing a partial. One of them is it's like 1,000 times not as hot when you're inside of a partial. You have all this great air and breeze, and it helps you be able to suit for longer. Another benefit of having a partial is the cost. There's a lot less materials needed for it, so you're able to get a good representation of your character without breaking the bank. Come to think of it, I don't even know what this would count as. It's like a really thin fursuit with this kigu. It's like a hybrid. I don't know what I am. So in addition to being a very cost-effective method of being your character, you also have the benefit of just changing your wardrobe out. So if you have a whole bunch of clothes in your closet, like I do, you can mix and match whatever you want for that day and just go with it. You have a lot more variety in making your character come to life because you're not confined to just your body. So having a full suit can actually be kind of a way of getting a partial as well. Something to consider if you are thinking of suiting in the future, or just might want to get a suit at some point. You can mix and match different pieces of your full suit, especially if like the paws are able to be separated from the bodysuit. You can add those to whatever you want, like a long sleeve shirt, and then just wear your head. And congratulations, you just created a partial with your full suit. So if you want to have the flexibility of being able to choose one or the other, like say for example, it's super freaking hot outside and you really don't want to wear your suit. I mean, inside your soul you probably do. But being out in that sweltering heat is like the last thing on your mind. You can easily just take off some pieces, put on a t-shirt, and you're good to go. So that's a great advantage of having a full suit that isn't really covered all that often, but it just gives you that flexibility. So that wraps up today's video. I honestly wanted to make a topic like this for the longest time. Never really got around to it, but I'm super excited that I've been able to do it. Finally, I can cross that off my furry YouTuber bucket list. With all that being said, what kind of suit would you see yourself getting? Or what kind of suit did you get if you do have a fursuit? Let me know in the comment section below by typing away with your hand paw things. Yeah, typing away. I don't know what I was trying to say. I need more coffee. Oh gosh, I'm gonna fall on my bed. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. And as always, I hope that you have an excellent rest of your week. Oh my goodness, bye.